Hello, my name is Liam. Welcome to a new day of Vespa 5. We are almost there. We're almost finished. Vespa 5 forever. 2 more days, including today. Of course, tomorrow we'll be back in Arena. Hopefully, well, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we're not gonna arrive on time. But that's okay, I'll blog about something else. But then, the next day we'll be finally in Mahad, and we'll be able to give the parchment to the lady and figure out where the whatchamacallit is. What? Oh, we're so close! Look, my feet are just touching it. I'm just right there. Oh, okay. So next Vespa 5 episode, we're gonna finish this once and for all. In the meantime, let's have a chat about something. I think I mentioned this a long time ago about the car that I've been driving for the past year or so. It's what is it, a Daihatsu Move? At least that's the Japanese name for it. It's one of these little boxy style Japanese cars with it's tiny, but it's got so much space inside. It's amazing. Anyway, it's got all these cool features like the keyless ignition, where you just sort of, as long as you got the keys on you, like in your pocket or whatever, you just push the button on the console and the car just turns on. It's so cool. And then it's got eco drive, where if you're driving and you stop at red light, the car will just well, it depends on certain situations, but usually it'll just automatically turn the car off to save petrol. And then as long as you got the foot on the brake, and then when you take your foot off the brake, when the light goes green, the car quickly starts back up again and you drive off. Just to save petrol. It's amazing what this freaking car can do. And there's actually one thing that I didn't mention because I didn't even know what it was. And in fact, everyone in my family, in my wife's family, my family-in-law, didn't actually know it existed either. And I happened upon it by pure chance. So, on the outside of the car, right, is there actually a keyhole? There is a keyhole, because the button that you use to unlock the car, you can actually, let's say you run out of battery, you can actually flip a little lever on the button, and a little key pops out, and you can use that key to actually unlock the car, I think. I don't know if you can use that key to turn the car on, though. I don't know. That I don't think there's an actual keyhole in the car. I'd have to look for that actually. I'm not sure. But there's the handle to open the car, and there's this little button next to where the keyhole is. And I'm like, what is this button? And I never really figured out what it was. I never really bothered checking. Well, it's not a button, it's like a little rubbery nipple thing. It's basically a little rubber nipple. A little black rubber nipple. And I just stupidly thought, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna see what happens. I pushed it, and the car locked. And then I pushed it again, and the car unlocked. And I realized, holy shit. Because all this time, right, I always had the keys in my pocket. And then I, walking towards the car, reach my hand into the pocket, push the button to unlock the car, get in the car, right? Or sometimes, depending on how far the keys are stuck down my pants, I'd have to rip them out and actually push the button. But with this, you don't even have to do that. You can put your fingers, your 4 fingers, around the door handle. With your thumb, push the little black nipple thing. That unlocks the car, and then immediately use your fingers to open the door. So you don't even have to reach into your pocket to push the button to unlock the car. So not only is it keyless entry, it's buttonless entry. Because you basically just, in one quick move, although usually I one hand push the nipple, and then one hand open the car. But you can theoretically with one hand go push nipple, open door, and then you're in. And you're in. It's great. And I got really worried about this, because I'm like, okay, so this makes it really easy to open and lock the door, right? And with the fact that as long as you got the keys on you, the car will just turn on. what if I'm just, you know, standing outside doing something and I've got the keys in my pocket, the car's locked, and some guy just runs up, pushes the little nipple, unlocks the car, jumps in the car, starts the car up, and then drives away without the keys, because I've got the keys in my pocket. That's quite a possibility, actually. Although, if he drives anywhere and it runs out of proximity from the keys, this little light starts beeping. He can continue to drive, which is annoying. I think the waifu did this one time. I think I told that story. Where the waifu drove the car away without the keys. And then the light started beeping. She's like, what is it? She stopped. This is the mistake she made. She turned the car off. And then the beeping stopped. When she tried to turn the car back on again, wouldn't start because the key's not there. But I've since found out that as far as the unlocking of the car is concerned, if you are standing on the driver's side door with the key, and someone on the passenger side door, so the other side of the car, tries to push the little nipple on the other side, because there's nipples on both sides and there's a nipple on the back as well. If they try to push the nipple on the other side of the car, it won't unlock. Like, the key needs to be that close. So you need to be basically right in front of it in order to unlock. Annoying thing also, sometimes, like, the waifu and the parents-in-law, they always, like, put the keys, like, in, like, a little, like, in the center console on the dash, there's, like, a little hole that you can put shit in, and they usually put the keys in there. But I'm like, that's stupid, I'll just keep them in my pocket. And so I usually keep them in my pocket, but depending on how much stuff's in my pocket, like if I got my phone or my iPod or some other stuff in there, then what'll happen is the car won't recognize that I have the key on me, and it'll just fucking blink red lights at me. I'm like, fucking look, it's right. I'm like, I'll jiggle my pocket around. It's right here. And then I'll try it again. And like, you don't have a key. I'm like, fuck off, and I rip it out. I'm like, point it at the car. Like an idiot, like a madman, just shouting at the car, like pointing my keys like at the steering wheel. Look, I have the key. Turn it on. Push, and then it turns on. Like, fuck you, car. And then put the keys back in my pocket. But that's a really interesting feature, and I don't think cars in Australia do that, and I don't think there are many cars. You know what? It's a feature. This keyless ignition and keyless entry. They're kind of features that probably wouldn't work very well outside of Japan. Japan's a very safe country. People usually leave their cars unlocked with keys in them, because no one's going to steal your car, because why would you? I mean, if you're going to steal someone's car, you probably have a really, really good reason to do it. Like, it's an emergency, at which point, I'm a friendly guy, by all means, take my car. Well, not exactly like that, but, you know, it's not, you know, like, you could, I remember we went to, like, back in the old days, like 2002, yeah, hey dude, that was like 15 years ago, almost. We went to, like, shopping center. I was, like, came to Japan with high school, and we put all of our, like, bags, like, suitcases and stuff, like, at the entrance of the shopping center, so we wouldn't have to carry it around everywhere. And we didn't have to, like, leave them attended. Like, no one's gonna steal shit from them. It's like, it's that kind of stuff. Like, you could literally put your wallet, like, at the entrance, or just leave your wallet on a desk or something. And it might be a bit different now, but I don't think anyone's really gonna steal it. It depends on where you are. Tokyo, maybe. But where I am, nah. It's a you know, small town where we're all friendly people and we're not gonna steal shit. So, but yeah, you put a system like, you know, being able to unlock the car without the key, like without actually like pushing a button or, like, on the key, or like turning a key in the ignition. Shit's gonna get stolen real quick. That being said, it does have a really, like, narrow field, but it is possible for someone to really easily steal someone's car with this technology. So it's not the best in the world for, you know, America or even Australia or England for that matter. But Japan, it's great, and I love it. It's fantastic. It makes, you know, doing shit so much easier. You know what? There is one other thing I want to talk about. You know what? I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that shit for tomorrow. Because I am 90% sure that we're going to not arrive on time. And if we do arrive on time, then I'll save that shit for like a couple more days for the final episode of Vespa 5. Almost said Arena. I know. Really, it'll be the episode after the final episode of Vespa 5 will be the first episode of the rest of your Arena life. Yes, it'll be Arena Rebirth. Because it'll also be Arena not every day. It'll be like every now and again we'll play some Arena, but we'll play some other shit instead. Yay! You mean like some Metal Gear Solid? Oh man, I can't wait to play Metal Gear Solid. We're gonna play that this weekend, start recording those so that we can start uploading them for next week when we finish. Anyway, what do you mean next week? What do you mean next week? We are next week. Oh. Well, whatever. Well, the point is we haven't finished yet. Yeah. Well, I might start next week. No, we'll start as soon as we're done with Vespa 5. Okay. And we're not doing an Arena episode. Yeah. Cool. Groovy. I can't wait. Okay. So I'm gonna stop talking now, and we're gonna move on. And like I said, when we come back, we'll be in Arena. But for now, my name is Leo, and I'll see you next time.